Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Twin Beaches. Today's point in the south is GeeNo with AfrikaKorps. It's going to be a crud shooting start here. Locked into Italian infantry. And from the north, okay, a bit of a slow start here from Hiladoy, too busy talking instead of capping. Gone for a section command post. Where's the British forces? This is a Patreon backer game as well. GeeNo around 270 and Hiladoy around 500. Up to cap here. As far as I'm aware, no capture bonus on that. It is relatively fast though. The crowd. Into some Panzer Grenadiers now. Oh wow, a dingo. No, cancelled. Oh, and reconstructed. Ooh, I feel like that was probably a misclick. Ouch. Yeah, it's going to slow things down a lot for Hiladoy at the start of the game. Between not capturing the map, you know, like leaving here and talking instead of capping. And then cancelling the dingo, and it was about 2/3 complete. That's a slow start, and I'm not really a big fan of the dingo at the moment. Compared to the universal carrier, it feels very weak. But, you know, maybe we'll be able to do battle with the crud, so maybe it'll work out. Doesn't have capping abilities. So it's, you know, it does rely on its weapon actually being impactful. And yeah, it's a little bit too fragile, maybe not enough DPS, I feel. The crowd's coming in from the side as well. Oh, the dingo's in some big old trouble. Trying to get away. Crud's machine gun wasn't firing for a lot of that though. And has to give up the chase. Retreats with the engineers so they can get some repairs going. There's some nice capping with the section out to the side, but has lost the battle for this hill.
Good job we're patient.
Activating the self-repair on this now.
Done what we can. Repairs completed. Secured. Ready on your work.
And Panzer Pioneers also speeding that up. But yeah, I wouldn't really recommend going for the dingo at the moment. I just don't think the price to performance is there. I know that it does have like, I think you can get healing with vet, but I think the cooldown on it's like 2.5 minutes or something, so kind of only going to get one activation of that in the entire early game. Feels quite limited. So up in the building there, cutting the gate and the cover. Section gives up the cap, comes back to assist on the cutoff instead. It's been 2 Panzer Grenadiers and now into an MG34. Panzer Grenadiers been quite unpopular to this point. A very unusual weapon profile on them, I think, is what's caught people off guard. They've got bolt action rifles, but more of an SMG style weapon profile. Makes them a little bit hard to use. We've got a Vickers out the back there, the crowd taking a lot of damage. Slightly retreat from the Panzer Grenadiers. Luckily, what? The squad's retreating? Must have got suppressed. Dingo getting close to V1 now. Crowd coming back here for some repairs while the Pio's capping.
You have problems, we have answers. A strategic point is being taken from us.
But looking pretty good for GeeNo right now onto the map. Did lose control of this fuel for a while, but it doesn't matter too much with the hill fuel in control as well. Both of them meeting fuel points. The engineer got lumped up real fast.
The victory point is being taken from us.
And the squad also quite low. It's not going to be able to stay here for long. Don't have a flamethrower yet on this Panzer Pioneer. Takes about a quarter of a burst, doesn't get suppressed. Pops the recce package midway through this battle. And launches a grenade. Good reaction, gets out of there. Interesting, did the recce package disappear while they were launching that grenade? I think it might have, right? Might be a bit of a tell that your opponents try to throw a grenade at you. It's quite strange. It happens when you like repair. If you've got like a flamethrower, engineer repairing a vehicle, the flamethrower disappears as well. I think sometimes weapon upgrades disappear on retreating units also. So you don't, you know, if you get like a squad wipe, like, oh, was that the, you know, upgraded one or was it just a normal one? Be hard to tell.
Until instructed otherwise.
Dingo does have some opportunities to do some damage down here. It's a little bit idle.
The fuel point is being taken from us.
Now getting some good damage in long range.
Say the word.
And the Greens look like they want to complete the capture here. Dingo's not really doing enough damage to punish that too hard at this super long range. The crowd coming in very aggressively. I wonder if this was just queued up to capture this point or something. Does not have that much armor to be making those kind of moves. You can throw a grenade out. Good impact. I think this section combining up with the Dingo had enough firepower to win that fight afterwards though. Because from the side here, getting the pin off. Recce package squad still doing some capping by the way. Crowd coming back in. Hoping to catch the Dingo off guard. He's got just a little bit too much armor for that to work out. Not sure what the penetration's like on the crowd as well, but here comes the 8-rad. 8-rad maybe? I don't know. But anyway, it's coming in. Oof. And this is a very late Humber. Usually you'd have the Humber out about 2 minutes earlier than this. But it looks like maybe it's delayed by the anti-tank grenade package. 8-rad's in a bit of trouble actually. Humber's not the strongest of vehicles. Still has just enough firepower to win that one. That was a very close fight. Anti-tank grenade, you know, the base MGs all chipping in, combining up with the small arms. Okay, well, Guastatori now available in terms of command points. The build that I was doing, I think, was 2 Panzer Pioneers. Oh, how many? Maybe it's more than that. Maybe I was doing like 4 Panzer Pioneers Tech, 2 MGs into Gustatori.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Avoiding the Panzer Grenadiers. Fresh 8-rad though, and that one knocks out the Dingo very quickly. These things do crazy amounts of anti-infantry damage. These 8-rads. And they can be upgraded quite heavily as well. With these side upgrades, make them extremely potent. I was getting just absolutely blasted by them yesterday. I lost like a assault engineer in like 4 of the 8-rad shots. It was, it was a 4-man assault engineer. Died in 4 hits. Crazy. Well, machine gun does get out of there. Except for 1 man. numbers staying mobile up to Vet 1 already. Armoured's going to go hunting for it.
We have infantry available in reserve, Commandant.
The one man left behind. You can see it's kind of awkward, like the machine gun's retreated, but one of the crew members has not. It appears awkwardly on the mini-map and tactical map. It's quite confusing sometimes. This is trying to launch some smoke to act as a diversion. But it's too slow coming in. Ain't Rad able to mop it up just fast enough there. Guess 8 Rad to a bit over Vet 1 now. Smoke out from the Gustatori, trying to hide themselves from this machine gun. There we go, big hits from the 8 Rad.
Commandant, we have command points available to us.
Gustatori charging through the smoke. Oh, they run past their mark though, and the machine gun's just gonna skate its way out of there. GeeNo, I think, maybe focusing on the other side of the map. Should have been a decoy on that machine gun for sure. We've got an anti-tank gun out now. Got to be careful though, because it feels to me like gun shields are not working at the moment. Even though it shows the heavy cover icon there. I'm pretty sure from my test I did the other night on stream that the gun shields are not working. That's why machine guns, why anti-tank guns feel so weak at the moment. That's why they get decrewed so fast to vehicles. And there goes the engineer. You got to be so careful with that 8 Rad around. That thing is mega potent against retreating units. But he tries to come in close to get some big hits in on the other side of cover. Fended off. And now into a Crusader anti-air tank. Did receive a few buffs. Gustatori not Vet 1 yet, so they don't have their anti-tank satchel. So the Crusader can afford to get in really close. Try and do some damage. But yeah, even the Crusader doesn't really match up to the 8 Rad in terms of anti-infantry DPS. Gustatori though, they do have quite a lot of health. They're 110.
Stuck-day assault guns and recovery vehicles are available for construction.
Yeah, this Crusader, of course, did receive some changes. A performance boost in exchange for a cost increase.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Does alright against the squad side of the building. Not incredible, but respectable damage at least. Yeah, I think with the heavy cover there, the crowd biting off a bit more than it can chew. Crusader was considering switching sides. Second 8 Rad did slow down GeeNo quite a bit, but getting some tech going now, and got a Marder coming out actually.
Marder tank destroyer standing by.
Okay, I thought this would be teching. Okay, going for the Marder. I think most builds try to avoid building the Marder just because at the moment these fixed turret vehicles seem to be very difficult to handle in this game.
Point is being taken from us.
Makes these quite awkward to use. But it's going to be the option to try and counter the Crusader. A second anti-tank gun meanwhile picked up by hiladoy. Look at that.
Our fuel point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Fast decrew. Gotta be really on top of your game. This thing's probably faster than like a T-70 in Company of Heroes at killing units.
The territory sector has been claimed by the enemy.
Did this get cancelled somehow? Looks like construction attempted and cancelled. Don't know if that was a bug or intentional.
What do you need?
These booby traps, these things are mega broken. So highly recommend using them if you, if you want to win. And I would be spamming them with all your munitions.
Command points need assigning, Commandant.
Okay, gets one anti-tank grenade off. Just slows the Crusader down a bit. And gone for the 250 with the Jaegers in sight. This is kind of like the stopgap anti-tank that most DAC players are using at the moment. Not really seeing many Pack 38s or Martyrs. It's all about the Jaegers. Bring in the Martyr though, looking to double team this. Martyr so far having a lot of trouble actually shooting. It's one shot off, drops out the Jaegers. Double anti-tank guns have rotated across here now as well. And the Martyr takes 2 big hits, has to back away. But yeah, I mean, you can see the issue, right? Felt like the Martyr was kind of facing the right direction for quite a lot of that chase, but didn't actually manage to shoot until it sat still and fired, and at that time, you know, the Crusader can get away. You can't really chase anymore. You lost all your momentum, your acceleration. It's not good enough to catch back up, so awkward. A lot of repairs required now. Got the P-Greens with the LMGs and 6-man now though. Bit more potent. Can repair with these guys as well. Not super fast until I think there's like an upgrade somewhere. Advanced field repairs, yeah, there it is.
Our victory point is being neutralized.
Just gives them a buff. But can be alright, you know, to do while you're capping or something off to the side. Gustatori even after the nerfs, still very strong. Ricky Packet's squad struggling hard. Here's that Crusader that's coming in. He's got the booby traps now, selected that. And gone into the howitzer. Might actually be a decent call up against the double anti-tank guns.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
And we've got some kind of vehicle in training. Oh, that's getting constructed actually. Didn't see the engineers there. Martyr's healthy again.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Airrad's still getting repaired. Doesn't have the health boost on this. I think that takes up to about 500, 510 health. Which is a pretty popular upgrade on those. No LMG upgrade yet on the Panzer Jaegers. And the Crusader coming in, getting a few nice hits in there. Lining up with the LMG upgraded section. Martyr's coming in though.
Proximity alarm near our fuel point. Enemy panzers crossing the line.
The Jaegers get one volley off with the RAT rifles, then getting out of there. The double anti-tank guns have moved up. MG34 doing alright back there, and that's a stolen Vickers. I must have missed that getting taken away. And it's really hurting hiladoy, struggling a little bit for territory control at the moment. Maybe not using the recce package to its full potential though. To help avoid these machine guns, or to help counter them. Jumps in here. MG in the building can be a bit awkward to handle. And here we go, Crusader chasing down this machine gun. I think that's the MG34. That was the 8-rad. I think it would have got decrewed there.
We're losing grasp of a capture point.
Decent hits there from the Crusader. The Martyr's coming back up. And he's got the howitzer there with the truck to tow it around. Double anti-tank guns right there. But they pack up at the worst possible second. They sit down again. He manages to get an 18-8 off. And that will be an engine crit because it was already low enough in health. The Martyr try and chase in here. The 8-rad. Look at how fast it's chopping up these AT guns. One of them decrewed already. The other one should be mocked up quite quickly as well. He's brought in the howitzer here just for good measure. But look how fast the 8-rad was getting the job done. Unfortunately, the Martyr did not chase around the corner to kill the Crusader. Instead, focusing on killing off the decrewed anti-tank guns. I think personally I probably would have tried to chase around the corner, kill the Crusader, maybe even stolen one of the anti-tank guns with these Panzer Grenadiers. Bit of repairs coming in, the Martyr coming around the corner, looking for the Crusader, kill the Panzer Pioneers. Oof! Surviving for the moment, the Royal Engineers looking for the revenge kill, and they get it. And we've got a Matilda rolling up now, trying to prevent the steal on the anti-tank gun. Getting away with that section, bit of a close call. It's a draining at the moment for hiladoy. Tries to jump on this, but the recce package squad arrives. Quick decrew again. Oof, pops off the phosphorus shot. The Tilda actually taking a decent amount of damage from the Martyr Jaeger combo. It's away now though. Grenadiers throw a grenade, trying to prevent the recovery of this anti-tank gun, but not enough firepower. Howitzer is ready to fire again though, and it's okay, it's rattling off its shots now. Hiladoy maybe a little bit slow getting out of here. Luckily the howitzer shot's missing their mark. Oh, but he blocked it with the Matilda and it goes down anyway. Recce package artillery, I believe, coming in here. Would he build a how? No, he's not Indian artillery. I don't think. Have we seen any doctrinal units or abilities from hiladoy? I can't even remember.
We have vehicles available in reserve. Taking it! Complete the grenade! Move! The enemy
Guards there, winning the fight. With the assistance of the grenade, the Matilda coming back out. He's capping. Needs to cap out the far edge though.
Location secured. Can we get back to work now? You need us. Then get
I wonder if you can plant this down inside of your base. I've tried that with this howitzer. I've only put it out on the field. That would make it immune to off maps.
withholding reinforcements until
So especially on a 1v1 map like this, where you know, putting it out here and putting it in here is not that much of a difference in terms of scatter and ranges and stuff. Could be a decent idea. Truck here, just left as a towing option. Generally, I'd like to see a few mines here to guard this area.
Losing grasp of a victory point.
Only has the one squad, no, 0 squads of Panzer Pioneers, in fact. So maybe that's an area for GeeNo to go next. Get some mines down.
Victory point under enemy control.
Just managed to get off your artillery before getting
Our
pinned.
fuel point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Looks like GeeNo hasn't noticed this. Now has though.
Our munitions point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Trying to reposition off to the side as well. Interesting. Pegreen's capping up here now. The foot guards and the Matilda up here though as well. Armoured coming in from the side, gets a good hit.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Oof, that's got a story. Huge damage with the double flame burst. Taking up cover behind the wrecked dingo. Now destroyed. Marta coming back in. So are the Jaegers. Well, where's the rest of the squad? Okay, the rest of the squad's 200 range away. Interesting. Okay, into Churchills now. Okay, this is the in-game strategy. Matilda coming around the corner. Will the crowd get away? It does. It looks like that second shot from the Matilda wasn't a clean hit. It was kind of like AoE damage. But it looks like this could be a dead machine gun. Retreating somehow very quickly there. Does seem to be some kind of bug with machine guns, allowing them to pack up faster sometimes.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
And that lad taking full advantage of it. Very long VPs now though, hiladoy.
We have lost control of a victory point.
Engines running.
This is red roll. Panzer 3 now. Don't know if he'd seen the Churchill at this stage. Once Panzer 3 typically does require quite a few of those upgrades before it really comes into its own. So I feel like it's going to struggle against the Matilda Churchill combo. But it sounds like it's going to be a Tiger eventually from GeeNo. Going for the Armoured Reserves upgrade, so these call-ins will be changing shortly. But yes, one thing I didn't really mention at the time, but typically you kind of want to go for that half-track call-in, like just about as soon as it comes available, since it's generally a pretty good deal. Get the 250 and a squad relatively cheaply. Most of the time it's going to be the Panzerjägers, as I say, since they're kind of your form of anti-tank in the early game most of the time. Here comes the Churchill rolling up through the centre. So we've got the artillery locked in on both options. Now it's still pointing this direction.
I'm hit. The capture point is being taken from us.
Oh, this could be a little bit of trouble. No. Maybe the Gustatori can knock this out on retreat. Once past it though. There's some water here. I wonder if water reduces flames like it did in Company of Heroes 2. Haven't looked into that yet. It'd be hard to see the water there though. Unless you like zoom in and change camera angles from the default angle. You can't see it too much. AT gun rolling up here. Looks like it's focusing on the Panzer 3 first. Some kind of artillery dropping down here. T-gun trying to get away. Jaegers. No, there they go. So close to escaping. Squad trying to go for a cap, but the Matilda's guarding that point. GeeNo running right in here. Could actually get wiped if the Matilda gets a couple lucky shots in. Does not though. Still got force completely off this side. But has managed to scrape together enough resources for a second Matilda. Only has, I think, one engineer for repairs though that I can remember. So repairs could be quite slow between two Churchills and a Matilda with just the one engineer. Tori charging around in the smoke. They've got that kind of move speed buff when they go through smoke.
Anti-tank weapon silent! Bring up Armoured! Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy!
Matilda coming in.
Their front line crumbles before us!
Fuel coming together for the Tiger, but manpower quite a bit slower. Panzer III and Marder coming across here though. Rapid reposition available.
Panzer pioneers reported killed!
Oh, was that up here? Uh-oh. GeeNo's starting to feel the pressure, I think, at the moment, trying to go for this move, trying to knock out the Matilda. But the Marder's a little bit slow on the chase. Matilda's got that very sturdy frontal armor. Panzer III unable to get through. Bounces the kill shot, I think it was, and ends up going down to the Matilda in return. So he went for veteran squad leaders as well as the anti-tank grenades, but hasn't gone for any of the other upgrades for the Panzer III, so definitely not at its strongest. Going for the far cap though. Only 65 points remain for hiladoy. Howitzer so far doesn't feel like it's done too much. Only 2 kills. Did, I suppose, assist in the ultimate kill of those AAT guns, but since then it hasn't been up to much.
All batteries to arms! Commence barrage! Receiving enemy fire!
Artillery coming in out the back. I think, is that the Overwatch artillery? From the Brits. The double Churchills making some moves here. Tori managed to get off their snare. Good chunk of damage. The Marder chipping away from long range. Managed to decrew the machine gun, and now they're going in for the Marder. Marder a little bit slow to react to this. Could pop that speed boost. No, they're going to be focusing on the howitzer. Marder continuing to shoot from range. Some artillery coming down here. Does some decent damage to these Churchills. Here goes the truck. Matilda coming out to the side. Going to go for the cap and repair. He's down to 42 points while all this is going on. Oof. Marder allowed them to get a little bit too close. Oh, but he's got the flak 36 now. Got one big shot off there. Looks like might not have a line of attack here through this hill. Gotta be careful. This doesn't have prioritized vehicles on by default. Can waste shots at other things, and I think you have to activate it every time after you set it up as well. It's very cumbersome, that aspect of the flak 36. Having to set up prioritized vehicles every single time. I think you'd probably be better off generally trying to reverse it into action as well, because every time it sets up, it will set up facing the wrong direction, and it's not that fast to turn around. Just a few tips there on flak 36 utilization. Does end up getting decrewed, but a lot of repairs required now. Things are looking really grim for GeeNo. Thought they were saving for the Tiger initially, but with the flak 36 reaction, the Tiger's still so far away in terms of manpower. Really cannot afford to let this happen though. Overwatch artillery getting some decent hits in. Engine crit on the Churchill from the Gossatori. And they do get away alive. Dodges the grenade. Got a med truck coming in here. He's going to try to go for the recrew. Jumps on it, the med truck. Trying to get some reinforce going. Here we go. The flak lining up. Panzergrenadiers trying some vision. One Churchill goes down. Looking for the Matilda next. Oh, still alive. Just. Does he have the range for it? No. Matilda. 8 HP surviving that. Wow.
Enemy forces at 25 points.
That was clutch so by GeeNo, bringing in the half track, or the mid truck rather. There's no tracks.
At HQ shall be reinforced, Commandant.
For the recruit. Threw an anti-tank grenade there. Wow. Looks like it's similar to how it was in Company of Heroes 2. Anti-tank grenades can't do a killing blow if they bounce. Disappointing to see. An AT grenade, I think they do, is it 100 or 120 damage? And that was on 8 HP. Maybe it got some repairs, but not above that health threshold, certainly. GeeNo in here, jamming the cap, 9 points remaining. Coming in with the med truck to try and reinforce to stay up in this position. The reinforce is so fast in this game that this is working out quite well for him. 4 points remaining. Goes up an 18-8. Look at that. Like, just can't get out damaged by a tank and all those squads there. Oof. That was a hectic finish. Wow. Yeah, hiladoy was just a little bit too far down on VPs at the end there, and just, yeah, didn't have enough repairs to keep 3 heavy tanks healthy. Ended up losing down the stretch, but pretty fun finish, tight finish. Maybe GeeNo should have locked into that flak a little bit earlier before the second Churchill arrived. But yeah, either way, it was a pretty fun one. Clutch thinking by GeeNo to bring in that med truck. Really saved the day. If that flak had been stolen, that would have been a complete disaster. But yeah, I don't know. The builds were okay. I think hiladoy may be a little bit slow of a start. That first 8-rag going down, a bit too aggressive by GeeNo, diving in there. But yeah, you can see the 8-rag, a very powerful anti-infantry unit, can kill stuff so quickly. You have to be really careful about capping even slightly deep into your enemy's territory, because that 8-rag is just so good at chasing down squads and wiping them on retreat. I think it's even better than like the Crusader anti-air or the Whirlwind in that role. See, it's so fast as well, it can chase them down quite easily, so watch out for that. But yeah, anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.